Hmm. Works for me. So now let's go ahead and get some tunes.
From back east. I can't remember what I talked to.
Is he an artist?
No, he's a tinkerer.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. Just has to mess with things and take them apart. So he's an artist in some ways.
Yeah.
But no, we just talked about life, and it's like I talked about this big argument that I had with Lauren, which spurs into like what I'm trying to do with the art.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be later. But anyway, like we were talking about this, so we went all over because I was like, hey, I want to like. It was the day that instead of you couldn't come out that day. It was a Thursday. I was like, hey, Charles, are you available?
Yeah.
So we talked about what was going on in our lives, and there's like these weird parallels, and then we went into these different directions. And it was really fun, and so let's see. I can pull it up right now. Wait, can I pull it up while another thing is recording? All right, let's find out.
Probably.
This is what I do. Dave has one of these in his office, and I just come and hover around him.
Okay, so I definitely meant to, and no, it doesn't work. I'm gonna stop it. I don't do it. I didn't want to do social media.
Well, you might not have to. I don't know. Probably.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Is like I went in all these ways as I could, so I'd avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I hit record, so I'm gonna show you later. But it's just a conversation back and forth. But anyway, I go back and listen. I was like, oh yeah, this little nugget addressed one of the things that I want to talk about with art is to help me like illustrate it. Because every once in a while, like I had a friend with Natasha, and we talked for like an hour, but she came here.
Yeah.
And so just right here, like what we were doing, and we were just kind of talking about life, but we're talking more directly about the art.
Okay.
I was like, holy shit, I really hate writing.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to write.
Well, you figured that out.
Well, yeah, it's like, but then I have to remember where it's at,
Yeah.
and then I was like, and then what does your art look like? Because the art itself is never finished. I'm not ever finishing art. It's like ideas and just playing with ideas.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, okay, what if I did like audio with a video or something? It's so weird. This is all weird.
So are you trying to figure out your artistic career? Like your...
Yeah, I'm making it up. I didn't have anything before. Like, I had an idea of wanting to make internal dynamics, bring them up so we can play with them.
Like humans' internal dynamics.
Yeah, humans.
That's what I remember seeing from your
Yeah,
what you've been posting.
And that's it. I was like, oh, I gotta figure out how to do that. I have no idea. So that's what I'm asking people. And some of it is just to kind of show what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's true. I want to see what you're doing.
So these are all just like little tiny like snippet of ideas. It's just like a little reminder, quick reminder. And I actually really like the whiteboard for it. I can take a quick picture.
Yeah.
And I can get rid of it. I don't need to keep it.
Yeah.
Or I can say, oh, that doesn't look right. I'm gonna add something else.
Right.
All all of my perfection is gone. It doesn't exist. So
give me an example of one of these things here.
So I don't know if any of these things are going to be relevant, but I'm going to get rid of them anyway. So, some of it is, this came from an audiobook,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to draw a little picture, kind of just to complement the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then both of these complement the audio. It's kind of my idea. The way I'm trying to work is, I take this feeling, which is talking about a void,
Mm-hmm.
and try to sit with that and be able to notice when I'm being guided by that voice. So in the bigger conversation, we're talking about eating habits and like the behaviors that we do when we're not satisfied. We have this thing kind of always pulling us down.
Yeah.
You try to fill it with drugs or alcohol, or whatever it is that you try to fill it with.
Yeah. Because every human has this void in
Because
them.
everybody has
That cannot
exactly,
be filled.
exactly. So
Useless.
everybody has this thing.
Yeah.
And so, and then we talk about like what it is in our conversation, what it looks like, but you know, it looks like anything.
Yeah.
And that's the type of thing that I want to try to get better at doing, is address the thing that we're experiencing,
Mm-hmm.
bring it up to the surface that we both can like talk about it,
Yeah.
and then like how it like shows itself in our life, and then a little quick drawing, kind of a little cartoon image.
Honestly, I can't help but think of like kind of what my sister's doing in an affirmation deck. Have you
Yeah.
see what she's doing?
So I was watching her. I did her was it classes or lectures. Lectures. They
yeah.
do more
I
like lectures.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it was interesting, but she talked about her affirmation decks and
Yeah.
she showed them, and it is.
They're very
It's-
simple.
Well, and so like one of them I found is like a lot of the stuff I actually want to say aren't affirmations, and I
Right.
always held off because it was never helpful.
Yeah.
And so to bring it like back to the reason I was talking with my friend
Yeah.
like 2.5 hours ago. Well, one was like I had this bad argument with Lauren about like this helper mentality, or this part of me that filters everything that I'm doing through it, and if it doesn't, meet it, I'm not going to do that thing. So like if I'm not helping people or being useful or productive,
Yeah.
then I'm going to stop doing the thing and have to do the useful, productive thing that helps people.
What would be an example of something
Art is actually.
Yeah. Let's do it. Now.
We'll call it.